Indeed, it is the voice of Ugu Youth, the #1 youth station in KZNJ. And once again, I am going to be taking you from 12 to 3. Like I said, I am expecting a very, very important, honorable guest, Dr. Nzimande, principally ST. Let me welcome you in studio, Sawan.
Sawona Tabile. Khona sisunjani wena?
Ngiyaphila.
Binge nabaleli bakho ke basebancane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very honorable, we have a very honorable guest. I mean, we're speechless to have such an honorable. Getting into interview here, so we heard that Ecology has a new logo and a new image. What inspired this change?
Well, angisho nje sisukuthi mhlambe a new image is what we are still going to achieve. As you would know, imoto liyakhona iyenziwa sometime during the existence of its period, if not during the period of its existence, facelift one. Yes. And that helps to attract more customers, and that helps to bring a new image and in the looks of the vehicle. Yes. We're doing the same thing. We've been what we have been for almost 10 years now, after our college So we wanted to bring in something that's new, bring in something that's more current, and to bring in something that will appear to be more classical. Yes, so that's the intention. See, as psychologizer, we want to refocus, and we want to be what we wish ourselves to be by it being reflected in the way we depict ourselves in the logo of the college presently. Yes.
No, okay. Beside the formal programs that the college offers, tell us about the outreach programs Asekona right now in the college.
Yeah, there's quite a number.
Yes.
And as you would know, we would have formal programs and those that are non-formal. Non-formal being formal in a way, but not done in an environment that defines it to be formal. God, I told you are parting with the material you would have parted with in a formal situation. God, I told you the situation is not as formal. In other words, ufuna ukuyenza le ndawo noma ufuna ukuyenza material yakho ibe nokufundeka kwa-experience than it having to happen in a classroom where people sit in a similar cinema style and listen to somebody in front there. So we do have those programs. One of them being as producer nama artist. Artist to Iqonga Lakho is the name of the unit. Si beno we kala le program, if not le project. Ngoba sibona ukuthi ama artist akithi uthola ukuthi uyaqhama nje umuntu aqhame ngeskill.
Yes.
Ngetalent ngekhono. Uthola ukuthi the academic part is learning, if not the academic part of representation is lacking. And isikhathi esiningi ke uma ungenaso certificate support talent lakho, awu recognize to a level of saying singakurate ukuthi singakunika mali. Ube ukuthi nje nali talent lami, and people would therefore exploit you. Kui facilities nayo ke ayafunda nama skills of computer. Uyazi ukuthi ama artist ethu ashona ashiya emhlabeni ngenama skills ngoba ukuthi there are skills that are found behind the stage which are meant to support the artist. Yes. As a result, the artist will depend more on the skills for which he pays also more. Uyasuka lo muntu seshona engenayo imali sesiyatatazela sifuna ukumngcwaba ngenxa ukuthi imali eningi biya kubantu abebe supporta yena ngama skills anganayo. So in concept esinawo umcabango esinawo ngeqonga lakho ukuthi asiproduce ama artist akwazi ukuziphatha, akwazi ukuzigadela imali. Azi ukuthi when you talk about HR issues uqonde ungabe ukuthi nje if you are an artist uqoka noma kanjani khona uzonakeke emphakathini. Kufanele siyazi leyo nto ukuthi uqoka noma kanjani, it's not an issue. What is important ukuthi uyifundele yini lento oyenzayo ukuze uthi uma udlala isiginci ukwazi ukudefine i-chord to somebody who's listening. Ungakhuluma into yokuthi hayi ngiyakwazi nje ngoba ngafundiswa noma ngahamba ngayohlala engcwabeni for 24 hours, and it doesn't help somebody who wants to be like you. But sometimes somehow ume on a stage and explain to somebody how to get to where you are, and this is what you do, which is easy. But again, how to do what I am doing. That's the academic part that we want to support. That's the first one. The second one, esinayo futhi informal noma non-formal, ile othola ukuthi ikolleji has realized ukuthi intake yalo is suffering ngoba ama students that we should absorb kwa science related programs like engineering, like computer science, like those that we do have at the college. You find that the number of the learners who have mathematics that is pure is not as it is supposed to be. Now, thina as colleges simike esimene esinzima ngoba ugovernment, upresident umesukuba namhlanje ethi we are going to implement our programs awukuthi nokuthi nama projects awukuthi, then it means college should start to align itself with that. It means again that the high schools should start to align themselves with that. The unfortunate part is, if you look at the certificate of a learner from a high school, you actually can see what it represents the positioning, if not status, some staff members that are there. But it is not representing the venue where this learner should go and land, if not the future where this learner must go and plug in. And those are the things that seem to cause a disconnect, which we as colleges are trying to align. Now, by contacting the local schools, contacting the local principals, we managed to find out within the mathematics, science and accounting is a problematic story. Yes. Which is why, therefore, we came up with the Plowback project. Okay. Plowback in a way that says, uma uwulwets, to quote an example, efuna ukuthi product ethile isebenze kahle, and have even a word in saying, I want this product to be like this. If it's not like this, I'm not paying. Uqala lapha ngemuva labe phethe khona imbewu, where they negotiate with abantu who are cooperatives, who must therefore start to plant this. Abe ingxenye yokuhlola umhlabathi, abe ingxenye yokumonitor ukuthi i-vegetation, if not isithelo leso azogcina sidayisile, so manage kanjani ukuze sibe ilento ama specifications akawulwetha ifuna. In the end, when uqhamuka uyi-client uthenga i-product lapha, uWoolworths uyazi ukuthi le product has been what it is because of their contribution. So the college is trying to do just that. Asikwazi ukuhlala nje sithi silinde iy'kole zisinika maths and science and remain, purposely ignorant of the fact ukuthi izikole azilethi lento esifunayo ngenxa yokuthi we are not part of it. I hope I'm understood.
Yeah, it's very clear.
I'm telling a long story here because it's a concept which makes sense if I split it.
Yes.
So we are saying to the college and to the learners, if not learners, to the youth, for the college to have a project that it wants to have, it must participate, be part of the process moving backwards. Hence the name Plowback. Because that will help us to plug in, to plug into the projects that the government wants to see us, implementing, if not being part of. Ukhulunywa ngama artisan. You can't be an artisan without the background of maths and science. And our maths and science is actually next to something that is in the ICU. Because
yeah, it's very poor.
It's very poor. Now, not because maths is difficult. It has become a tendency to express maths or mathematics as a difficult. No, it's not. It's because sometimes lezi zinto as rare. We always think they are rare because then people who do them come from somewhere and therefore we should. It's not like that. As long as we have something on earth here that many people have managed to access and be part of, then it means it is possible to achieve it. It's only that it needs a little bit of exertion to be able to achieve that. Now, we are trying to say as a college, when we admit next year, surely results will be better.
Yes.
And it's not the college only that's going to gain. Other institutions will also gain. Other streams of specializations will also gain. Now, we're doing this plowback in order to plug into the future of all these youth, if not all these learners presently, who may have no outline of how they want to survive in future.
We are not selfish.
Okay.
We only cater for other universities and colleges.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Director, you can elaborate also on the upcoming camp. Yeah, you're on a footy plowback.
Yeah. Yeah, camp is in support of the plowback. We want to produce somebody who ongazange athole ithuba lokuba nomuntu odokotela phambi kwakhe, who's an outcome of the subjects that this person is having. Umuntu odokotela who's an outcome will come and say, in order to become what I am, this is what you should do. We are not calling a specialist in career guidance to give you a variety of ramified, options. We are saying, go on with doctor, successful doctor, come and present yourself as an outcome of that, so that whoever stands and sits down there as a youth will look at you as a total, as the end product of what he or she wants to be, and that helps. Ngoba manje ingane ayisabuke mathematics as a bridge towards that, if not as a hindrance towards being that. Isibuka leya product, isitshela ukuthi the more to do is not here, the more to do is there.
Exactly.
So that this one now will therefore mean that I must make sure that I achieve it, so that in the end I become that. And we'll not just be calling people who will be evidence of everything, but people who have not achieved anything, because we do have those people. So funa abantu who are quotable, examples in the community, who are doing wonders in the community.
Yes, people you know.
People you know, not people from, I'm not being racist, not people from other cultures, but people from the culture that is similar to ours.
Yes.
So that this is achievable by no pigmentation involvement.
By everyone, Yes. I get what you're saying, because yabona usually if you're gonna take umuntu from we're also not being racist, from another race. Vele was the background. He came from a very powerful.
Yes, support and all that.
Environment. It was good.
Yeah, right.
Success stories are only for white or whatever race it is. Whereas black people can also achieve.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to say this again very guardedly, because it's not meant to exclude other people.
Yes.
That if we continue doing maths lit, then we're not doing maths. We're doing something that's related to maths, but not maths. Now it goes back to what one politician from the other side of race once mentioned. Umuntu omnyama's mind has no power capacity to absorb pure maths, and therefore they should do anything but not maths. Those were during our times, you guys were not there. Now we can't continue to do that, because then we know doing maths lit and all these subjects that are pseudo subjects, it puts us at the boundaries, at the peripheries of the core business. They grab and go towards the core, and as a result will always remain supporters and servants of those races who don't fear to rush to the core, where most of us are not there. That's why we go to university. We thought kunama lectures that are full of people, and when you look at it, the result will be that also there will be no opportunities of work, because then there were many of them produced for such opportunities. Whereas these rare, opportunities, you find these other races going there, and they have no competition. And they have grabbed all the opportunities. Specialists to refer to specialists of the same race, of the same race. It's never broken by another race. So we need to arrive at that also. So our subjects and our programs that are said to be difficult.
Yeah, and speaking about abantu abasha, I mean our race, African race, especially us. I think abazali bethu nabo, I'm sure it's most of the parents are listening. If umzali naye encouraging ukuthi no, we are given a choice which is but if nabazali could just be there for ingane, because abazali abaningi they just let ingane do whatever at the end of the day future yakhe, but guidance yabo, encouragement yabo, and them going to go a further step into encouraging ingane, no, you do this, you go through this. Most of ingane right now, they're so into this easy thing, lazy, hospitality, tourism. It is good. It is good, but now we forgetting it in science.
Yes.
And looking at irate corner abantu iy'ngane nje ey'ningi ezimnyama ezenza i-maths and science are very few.
Yes.
Are very few.
Yeah. In fact, all subjects are demanding. I hear you counting tourism and hospitality.
Yeah.
There will still be mathematics also in tourism.
Yes,
the unfortunate part, which is
yes,
why
Doctor.
in most cases,
Yes,
because of
Doctor.
those challenges,
Yes.
you'll see them not passing. Go back in the attitude that mathematics is difficult, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I would be a better witness today if I knew maths, because my teacher used to carry a stick, and then you'd be so frightened to even answer one question with
Yes.
mathematics because of the way he was trying to put his matter across. You know, but I'm trying to say, let's speak the language of saying, let's risk all those rare areas, because that's where you can survive. It's like becoming a doctor. It's becoming more ordinary these days, because then you become a doctor who's a generalist. Whereas if you specialize in the ears and the nose and the eyes, if not in the mouth, or the brain, if not a gynecologist, you know, then you learn to be a specialist in the area who doesn't have to go and look for a job. You know, you don't have to go and look for a job.
Okay.
Yes, specialist.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've just tuned in, I am with Dr. Nzimande and Ustelo in Student J. We are talking about Eastside FETs and its new offers. Doctor, please tell us about the crash. We heard about a crash, and just tell us how does a crash come about in everything?
The concept here crash is now 10 years old. And sayiqala ngoba besisegama lakhe. Masiphume egama lakhe njalo driving our cars. That 1 kilometer stretch road towards the main road. You'll find a lot of babies half dressed, others, you know, fully undressed, walking across and through those humps, and you'll find yourself to be even more slower than the humps are making you to be. Let's see to involving the communities along that road. The project worked very well. And up to today, we will have close to about 30 possible learners, about youth, abazingane, abangena we waiting list. Now this year we have so many, and it is doing very well. And the standard is competing with the standard of such similar entities in town. Now it's also a plowback kind of,
yes.
Because if you want to have your child, you know, ifunde progress kangono, she must, it's been proven, must have gone through these elementary classes. Because in Gondi be refreshed, ifunda nokuhlala abantu abadala, ifunda ukuconcentrate, ifunda ukudlala relevantly. Ingane ingadlali ngoba izungiso malume idrayisa bese idiyazela ngoba he or she is playing the role of ubona umuntu odakiwe. It's not there. So kuyasiza ke lokho, and sazitshela ukuthi ke ngelinye ilanga siyozibona izingane ezifunde lapha sicelo. Say fund FET college.
We are very close to that.
Yeah, they're very close to that.
We are very close to that.
See, body product channeled from that facility. You see, say level in long
cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, my last and final question: if someone wants to learn music or a musical instrument, how can the college assist?
Yeah. Okay. You know, ukufunda umculo, you can do it in general.
Yes.
As you learn theory, it doesn't need age, it doesn't need whatever. But if you have to learn an instrument, you have to start an instrument when your fingers are easy to command,
Yes.
and when all your psychomotor related capacity is able to be manipulable. Now I'm not employing too much big terms here. I'm trying to be a little bit scientific. So umufuna ukufunda upiano, we must start it at an early age, at least 6 years old. And for any instrument, I would assume. Ngoba ngaleso sikhathi usakwazi ukukhuluma nemizwa yakho, if not nama fingers akho correctly, and if not quicker. And ingqondo suke se open, se fresh ngokwanele. But uma usumdala njengami, I started piano at the age of 21.
Okay.
And it meant I should practice at least 6 hours a day. And at my age, you'll see, therefore, that competed with my normal daily engagements. I was already a worker, and I was already probably a father, if not someone who was working and supporting a family.
Yes.
Now, I'm trying to say you have to start it when it is the right time to do it. But again, you have to have your readiness of mind. You can't just push ingane yofunda piano ngoba nawo namzali you wanted to, and you did not have an opportunity to do that. I learned music to a high level, but not one of my children is a musician, if not qualified musician. So it's a matter of choice.
Yes.
We do give those programs at the college.
Yes.
At a limited scale though, because we haven't had a population of youth wanting and demanding to be having such programs being run by the college. Yes. And if we could have that, a good number of learners wanting to learn how to play guitar, the college will start to divert itself towards that in order to plug in into what the youth wants. Right now it's still piano, music programming, and I think there is sound engineering, and there is this artist related program also, particularly in the marketing. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Unfortunately, isikhathi sethu nje sesizongqanyelwa yindaba nje in less than 2 minutes, but again nje Dr. Nzimande nje amagama nje, I mean izikole zivaliwe, I mean a lot of students are listening. I'm a high school student mostly, when I say Makaya right now. Nje what would you advise umuntu omusha nje?
Yeah.
As nje Dr. Nzimande nje, your words towards umuntu obekade lalele the program.
Yes.
What would you advise abantu abasha?
I just want to say, besides the very formal stuff engikhuluma ngayo from the level of being informed and the level of being a principal of an institution, ngiyadinga encourage youth to stay healthy. It's very important to stay healthy. I'm not putting a challenge across ukuthi mhlambe ngiyaba-challenge yini abantwana ukuthi abazo-racer nami. I'm merely saying a healthy mind will always be found in a healthy body. Yes. So it is important. Mhlambe bengayibeka nje challenge in a very playful manner. Ukuthi kuzofanele ngiyila ngasi-organize into egama lakhe campus uthini step eholo lapha sibizi youth to come and do some light training with us. Even if we were to do this on one day in a week, it would really be.
Consider it done, doctor. Consider it done.
Yeah, like my youth are fit njengathi nje me for one. I'm one of those who are very fit.
You sure do.
I can stand with my head down in your pencil for 5 minutes.
Please ungakwenzi manje.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For now, nje, we are having izindaba zethu with Untombi nje in a minute's time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I was before